Hello, guys.
How you doing?
Good to see you guys.
Last night, Ryan was talking about the job you've done doing installs for the first time. Is there anything that you've learned through this process? Anything that gave you a new perspective on this job?
It's an all new perspective, really. I mean, people do this for years and years and years, and they would think they would continue to learn every year. So I'm learning from the best, from Coach Day and Coach Fry and Coach Fitch and Coach Philbin and the rest of the staff. I mean, I'm surrounded by elite people and elite coaches, so every day is an opportunity to learn something new, and that's definitely how I have felt from the jump.
Brian, what did it mean to you to see Xavier get the Blocko and be named a captain by his teammates?
Could not think of a better person for X to get that award. I know he's made an impact on our room, and I've seen that. I'm sure he's made an impact in the running back room when he was in there. He impacts those on special teams with direct relation to them. I mean, you can't say enough about the gentlemen that impact others. I mean, again, you guys have heard me say it. I'm beating a dead horse, but stats are one thing. They come and go. I mean, I've seen lots of great stats, but the way you make people feel and the way you help people grow, they remember forever. And couldn't have picked a better person. Very proud to have him in our room, and but we see it firsthand day in and day out.
Brian, in the spring, you said you were about 6 or 7 deep in the spring. Where are you at now with that?
Oh, that's a good question. What a great counter. No, I'm kidding. I'm very, very, very pleased. Not to put a number on it, I could, but to sit here and think about that, I mean, we are very healthy in the receiver room. I trust these guys. We got a lot of guys that are quote-unquote young guys, but I don't feel that on a day-to-day basis. I mean, that's a heck of a compliment, in my opinion. And I'm really, really excited to watch them mature and grow, not only the young guys, but the whole group as we go through the season. I mean, how you are week 1, you can't be come week 12. And, without my imagination running wild, I'm really excited to see that maturation over the season.
Brian, plenty of times he talks to Brian Day, he's brought up the progression of Carnell Tate he's done over the last 9 months. From your perspective, what have you seen through him, and has he put himself in a position where he could legitimately get meaningful snaps?
Carnell's done a great job. I mean, as a football player, he's, and he is very mature. And when you give that mature tag to a football player, it says a lot. I mean, it's hard to put into words, and I can try, but his ability to take meetings to the field, his abilities to correct mistakes in one try, his ability to hold himself accountable to mistakes, for me to ask him questions about why he did something and for him to give me the answers back, shows a lot of intentional work, which is very, very important. And that's, again, usually an older guy kind of thing. Just really proud of him. And he's had a lot of adversity, and that's well documented. And, to build relationships with these young men since they were sophomores and to see all the things they've gone through and done. And, I mean, you can't put it into words, and I'm trying, but, very proud of him. He's definitely put him in position to play very, very meaningful reps. And that's not just me. That's the room agreement. That wasn't, my choice. Peers know. If I have a question, I go ask the guys, and they let me know. And we're all on the same page.
Is he maybe, you guys talked about Marvin maybe the same way, and Mecca the same way when they first got here. Garrett obviously got on the field at 19. Is he maybe a step further than maybe where they were when they first got here and how they approach things?
I don't want to compare people to people. I really don't. I appreciate that. Those are some great comparisons now. So nothing against anything, but Carnell's his own man, and he's gone about his own way, and it's been very, very impressive.
What do you like about Brandon since he's fully been participating?
Yeah, I would say Brandon, being a guy that unfortunately couldn't be here in the summer, you worry about him being behind, and I haven't felt that lag. He's really caught up to the guys. He's very inquisitive, asks great questions. Sometimes guys ask questions, you're like, gosh, I wish you didn't ask me that question. The question itself scares you, but he has some good questions, and so I've been impressed with him too. But I have a lot of comparisons to him in my head. I'll throw it out there for that. When Chris came in June, it just took him maybe a little more time to kind of just establish himself. Not that he wasn't capable, and I see a lot of correlation there with Brandon. He's doing a phenomenal job, and he's going to help us a lot this year.
Hey Brian, do you guys have a fullback right
We got plenty of fullbacks. I think fullbacks will be, potentially a big running back or a tight end. We have plenty of guys that are willing to do any kind of job as a fullback. It doesn't have to just be on offense. So I'm sure we got plenty.
Brian, Fleming, guy who brought a lot of injuries. What have you seen from him this summer?
Yeah, well, I've seen from Julian. Julian, his growth as a leader, again, very important, has been substantial. And it just kind of tells you a lot about the young man as he grows as a person and what he's like on and off the field and how he's growing. I would say that Julian's football mechanics have continued to increase. He came in as a very, very high-skilled athlete and had to learn how to play receiver. And he's continued to do that at incremental levels. He's continued to grow each time. Guys always want it to be faster than it always is. It's always the case. But he's continued to grow every stinking time. And now, with two bionic shoulders and everything put back together, I'm really excited for him to have a great year this year.
Is there a particular area where you feel like he's grown the most?
Area he's grown the most? I mean, everything, honestly. I don't mean to minimize that. Football IQ, through the roof now, great questions, understands the intricacies of receiver play. The football mechanics, his top-end mechanics are so much better, so much cleaner. Growing as a person, grades have continued to be solid. I wouldn't call him a straight-A student, but he's been very consistent there. I mean, just overall growth in every facet of as an athlete and as a person.
You talk about guys asking great questions. Can you give an example of what that sounds like?
I cannot.
on the radio last night, Ryan was talking about kind of the play calling, said it's going to be a joint effort. How do you feel like you've kind of like grown into that area, having time in spring, having time at camp, just kind of?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence. The guys around me, the players around me, give me a lot of confidence. But gosh, I mean, I literally walk in the day every single day, learning from some of the best. Like, I can't minimize that, and it's easy to minimize that. So, whether I'm learning from the receivers, or they're learning from me, or the coach is learning from me, I'm learning from them. I just feel like it's an opportunity every day to get mad at myself about not doing something I wish I could have done better. That's just the truth. Every day, I try to go home disappointed, but it's never good enough, and I just try to make sure I keep that at bay. But all kidding aside, it's just I'm really just trying to learn as much as possible, and every time I get an opportunity to do so, I feel like I have.
How much more do you expect to have kind of on your plate week in, week out with like, the game plan and stuff? Like how different is your role this year in the season with like this year?
I would say we have great guys. It's always a joint effort everywhere, and I would say we have great guys in multiple categories. We kind of let them specialize, if you will, and so let people be experts in their particular area, and we'll lean on that. We're not going to let somebody study a certain area and then not listen to them. That's not the way to go about things. But that being said, it's a joint effort. I want to make sure that I have an opinion, a strong opinion in every area. So obviously I probably didn't have that last year. So with that, with more responsibility becomes more requirements. So I just got to make sure I'm ready to give insightful information and not just fill the air.
Brian, as coordinator,
Last two questions.
The play calling is really
Can he come to the side yet?
the play calling is really the least of the responsibilities. There's so much more that goes into the job. What part of the job, other than the play calling, has been the biggest challenge, the most kind of eye-opening?
I can't say I have a great answer for that. I mean, I think that I'm a pretty open book, and I don't really have one. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I think that just again, everything I kind of commented on, everything the challenge of making sure you're well versed in all areas is important, and that's a scope that I haven't operated with in the past.
Yeah, Brian.
I'm on this side now. I'm on this side. Yeah.
Based on a confidence factor, how has it grown from your view of the offensive line from the way camp started to now? Obviously, there was a flip-flop in the middle of camp, a little bit left to right, the tackles and stuff. With you as a coordinator, what do you like about this group that seems to be put together?
I think the unselfishness, to be able to change positions in the best interest of the team, that typically is not always, not that it's not the easiest for the individual. So that's pretty impressive. To see them grow and mature and get better, I mean, across the board, that's been impressive. The communication skills, hearing them talk, I mean, just like anything you needed to get done through the off season is just slowly being checked. And now we're just chasing consistency. I mean, it's going to happen. It's not if we can, it's just how often. And that's what we're chasing because, again, greatness is measured in increments of consistency. Anybody can do it once. Most can do it once. But those that do it all the time change their level of greatness. That's what we're chasing.
Yeah. And one of the quickie, I mean, I asked Ryan about this yesterday. I wanted to get your view on it. It seems like receivers more and more are coming in more polished than ever. I mean, meaning, I don't mean they don't have things to learn, but they're on a level that you can work with immediately if you follow my, maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're just spoiled.
Yeah. What?
I think you're just spoiled.
Really?
I think.
I was going to say, but is it remarkable to you? I mean, you're talking about Carnell Tate.
I think we have great
Nor
receivers.
Rodgers. Yeah.
And they've chose this place for all the right reasons. And we are trying to maximize them as football players and as individuals. And they were doing a heck of a job doing it.
And what is the baseline? What is it they've gotten before they got here that just stands out to
That's my secret. I can't tell you that.
They run
You know,
good
I mean-
routes. They catch the ball.
Yeah, you know.
Brian, I know you've been asked about Xavier already, but it's the second year in a row the Block O has come from your room. I mean, your room's known for the talent. What does this say, though, about what else you have developing in that room?
Yeah, I think that the development mentally and spiritually and culturally drives everything athletically. You know, I think that, you know, in the room, there's nothing like peer pressure. There's not. And I can recommend guys, excuse me, to do this or do that, suggest things, oh, you're top end, your stance, all these different things. But if they know the guy behind them can't do it, then is there as much pressure as you really think there is for that guy? I mean, so we have a room full of guys and they work together, they learn from each other. And the peer pressure to get it right the first time and consistently get it right really helps their development, really challenges them and helps them maximize what they're capable of. And frankly, it's a very NFL model. I mean, you can't be wrong. You can't have a bad day. That's just the reality of it. And all these guys know that. They relish in it and they challenge each other. Now, with Xavier being the Block O, I mean, that's culturally too. I think we have an over 3-0 in our room. Like there's a 3-0 on the team, but in the receiver room we have over a 3-0 cube GPA. Super proud of that. And frankly, we might make it uncomfortable if you don't. If you're either helping our GPA or you're hurting it. So it's very clean. And you know, so we try to have fun with it. We love hard. We work hard, but we love hard. But I think guys like Xavier, guys like Cam Babb is why you see the achievements athletically, because culturally it's been very, very healthy.
Are you surprised there's still a quarterback?
Excuse me?
Are you surprised you don't have a starting quarterback?
We have a starting quarterback. I guess we just don't know which one, you know. But we definitely have one.
What's the focus drop
One last question, right?
Yep.
This play calling thing, right? I mean, we've been asking questions about this for months. Just, it seemed like it was like Ryan was hard for him to like the idea of maybe giving that up. Just from your side of things, what was the process like? What were the conversations like with you and Ryan? Just so we get a little insight into how you thought the process went.
Yeah, my biggest thing, and again, I don't obviously speak on this, but like, I just want to win. Like, how it gets done and how we do it, like, I want to win, and we all feel the same way. And I'll tell you, I mean, I guess that just correlated to me. Like, I love coaching receivers. I got into coaching, being a receivers coach. If I had to do something else, but I had to give that up, gosh, you're really challenging the core of my of what I really like. And I'm not saying that's happening, but I'm just trying to put it in my mind. Like, of course it's hard. I'm sure it's hard. He probably loves it, and I love coaching receivers, so I just correlate to that. But I'm on board for everything. You know, it's no me. So I want to win. I love developing these young men. The rest we'll figure out.